UNP parliamentarian Sajith Premadasa states that the subject minister is attempting to conceal the incident which took place at the Sapugaskanda oil refinery.
The deputy minister is now saying that the incident took place because the pipe system wasn't maintained properly. The minister says that he is appointing a committee to investigate as to why the pipes were not repaired for 40 years and to see if this was an act of sabotage. This committee will also end up like the committee which was to investigate into the substandard petrol that was imported. The minister and the authorities are now trying to conceal this major crime too. MP Sajith Premadasa expressed these views at an event held at the Sri Pushpanama Vihara in Hangwell. Premadasa made a monetary donation to the Vihara under the Sasunata Aruna program.
$40,000 tons of diesel are imported from a Singaporean company. 20,000 tons each are released to the Kolonnawa and Muthurajola storage facilities. Mechanical faults arise in over 700 vehicles across the country after using fuel from the Kolonnawa storage facility. A 3-member committee is appointed to hold an inquiry. Suspicions of impurities. The committee recommends referring samples to technical institutions for further inspection. Diesel samples are referred to foreign laboratories for close analysis. The distribution of 20,000 tons of fuel at the Muthurajola storage facility is suspended pending test results. The foreign laboratory result is yet to be made public. Trade unions allege that the fuel at the Muthurajola storage facility has been distributed. Has the reimportation of substandard fuel been prevented? If the report has been revealed, then when will compensation be paid to the vehicle owners?
Welcome back to the news. Now, views were expressed regarding the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice at separate events held today.
Today the issue regarding the Chief Justice is the subject of much debate. Various things are being said. When I was in the country, I sent an open letter to her asking her to resign, keeping her respect and the respect of her family. In truth, the President presented her the position of Chief Justice, which was pure like a white lotus on behalf of the independence of the judiciary. If this has been dirtied and if there are questions of morality and ethics, then she must resign. If this is an offence for which charges can be filed, I am prepared to go to court.
මම ලෑස්ති උසාවිය යන්න. අද කාන්තාවන්ට එල්ල වෙන පීඩන කාන්තාවන්ට එල්ල වෙන
Today, the pressure that is being exerted on women, the threats being leveled against women are made exceedingly clear by the impeachment motion against the Chief Justice. We see this as the final journey of the country. The 3 pillars of the Constitution which ensure the future and maintain the present of the country are the judiciary, the legislature and the executive. We can now see a shameless attempt to make the legislature and judiciary function as per the wishes of the executive. This is why the entire judiciary is up in arms today. The results of this will not be felt immediately on the plates of the parents here. In the recent past, allegations of human rights violations were leveled against us. As a country, we will have to face the repercussions of this in the form of numerous benefits and sponsorships that we receive from the rest of the world.
Now, speaking at an event held in Kotte today, the mayor of Kotte, Janaka Ranawaka, expressed these views on the eradication of narcotics from the city.
අපි පටන් ගන්නකොට කෝට්ටේ කුඩු විකුණන ස්ථාන තිබ්බේ 40යි. ඒ අපි ගිය අවුරුදු ඔක්තෝබර් 26 දිවුරුම් දෙනකොට.
When we started, there were 40 narcotics sales locations in Kotte. This was when it took oaths on the 26th of October last year. My friends, as of the 26th of October this year, there were 64 such locations. If the police do not sell narcotics, then narcotics can be eradicated from Kotte. When all these locations have been handed over to the police continue with the drug trade. We took the responsibility and provided the names to the police. The drug barons called me and say, "You spoke to the police today as well, didn't you? How can we fight this? 80% of the police are stopping the drug trade, 20% are selling drugs. This is why this cannot be eradicated in Kotte or in Sri Lanka. If the police truly wish to halt the drug trade, then they can do it across Sri Lanka within 2 weeks. We only have time until the 31st of December. If this is not stopped, then I will stage a sit down in front of the Velikada police. If they cannot stop the narcotic trade, then the police is useless. The police can be shut down then."
මේ සම්බන්ධව ඉතාමත් පැහැදිලිව කියන්නට ඕනේ මේ දූෂිත What I have to say about this is that we do not need to be told about corrupt officers in the police. First, there are no corrupt officers of that sort, and second, if there are such officers, then we will take not only disciplinary action but legal action against them. So what I have to say now is, if he has information about such heroin trading police officers, then please do not provide information to them. Give it to me. I will take the responsibility and I will take measures to raid these police stations.
Now, speaking at a public rally held in Battaramulla yesterday, UNP parliamentarian Sujiva Senasinghe said that it is disappointing that the government is working to nourish its loyalists before resolving the hardships faced by the people.
This public rally was held to mark the establishment of the UNP branch committee and Lakwanita branch committee in Batapotha Koramaya in Battaramulla.
අපි බලාපොරොත්තු යුද්ධ අවසන් වුණාට පස්සේ විශාල සංවර්ධනයක් ඇති වෙයි කියලා. හැබැයි එහෙම සංවර්ධනයක් නැහැ. මොකද
We expected massive development with the end of the war, but there was no such development because these rulers are only looking to consolidate their strength. Today all agreements in Sri Lanka are made with 5 Chinese companies. It is only these 5 who receive all the business. The roads are handed over to these companies, the Mattala airport was handed over to these companies, everything is given to these companies. Why is this? Because the commission is 20 to 25%. Now this budget has been presented with provisions for their henchmen, their brothers and uncles. There is no budget like this in the world which has so many provisions for the wealthy and the dictators. There is nothing left in this government for us to defeat. The government has already done everything to ensure its defeat. What we have to do is to reunite the UNP and show our strength to the country.
අපිට තියෙන්නේ එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂේ නැවත එකතු කරලා මේ ශක්තිය රටට පෙන්වන්නේ.
United National Bhikkhu Front convened a media briefing in Colombo today.
Instead of democracy, people across the country are being terrorized. Bills are being passed for the betterment of themselves and their family. Racing cars worth millions are being brought down tax-free. The cost of living is skyrocketing daily. They switch off the lights, fire tear gas and then come in with tanks to massacre unarmed prisoners. When the courts pronounce death sentence against the convicts, these are not signed. They wilt away in prisons for numerous years. If the president does not want to sign these as a Buddhist, then he should hand it over to the judges. While wishing the president on his birthday today, we kindly ask him to forget about what these opportunists who sing his praises say and instead think deeply about the problems facing the country and how they can be resolved.
A media briefing was held in Ibbagamuwa yesterday to clarify the stance of the Sri Lanka Mahajana Party on the 13th Amendment to the Constitution.
In the past, the power to take decisions regarding the building of reservoirs and drains in the villages lay with Colombo. That is why the slogan Kolambata Kiri Apata Kakiri came up. Due to the old political system development at the local level was affected, now they are saying that provincial councils are a white elephant. At certain times there could be wastage of funds or corruption. But the people also need local area development and the local political authority which implements it. An authority which can make those decisions has been created. This cannot be annulled or discarded. This was also a solution to the ethnic conflict. Therefore, as the Sri Lanka Mahajana Party, we clearly state that we are committed to a political solution regarding the devolution of power. We are also committed to the provincial council system which was implemented as part of this. We are also prepared to question as to what alternative will be proposed in the event they abolish the provincial councils.
In more local news, a leadership training camp to educate children on society was held at Sivali Central College in Borella.
This leadership training camp was held under the auspices of the founder of the Pragnya Pradipa concept, Western Provincial Councillor Jayanta Silva. These children who will succeed their parents in society need proper leadership training if they are to serve society. Today a lot of people run behind the leaders or the leadership, but when the leader falls, their followers fall with them. Therefore I say do not become a weed in order to become a tree, because if the tree falls, the weed will fall with it.
The Kalutara district branch of the UNP Young Professionals Association was established yesterday. The event was held under the auspices of UNP Western Provincial Councillor Harshana Rajakaruna.
Today there is a breakdown in every sector, in every field. Our intention is to unite all young professionals who have faith in the UNP and strengthen the UNP. We intend to establish a UNP government. As professionals, we believe in a future where people can live with freedom, democratic rights and human rights in a humanitarian society. In order to realize such a future, we must establish organizations like this and win our rights. These rights can be won by establishing a UNP government.
ගන්න වෙන්නේ එක්සත් ජාතික පක්ෂ රජයක් බිහි කිරීමෙන්.
And up next is a look at Action TV. An unsafe environment has been created in the Guruthalava Muslim National School, where nearly 1,200 students receive their education. A section of the main school building collapsed on Friday, and as a result, fractures have cropped up all over the main school building. Construction on this building, which houses the principal's office, the staff room, library and special studies unit, began in 1998 and was subsequently vested in the students in 1999. The school was renamed a national school when this building was vested in the public. Parents have expressed concern about sending their children to the schools, not only because of the inclement weather being experienced in the area, but also because close inspection of the section that collapsed goes to show that the building was not constructed according to the necessary standards. The section that collapsed was built out of concrete. However, close inspection shows that the necessary steel bars had not been used, while bricks had been used in the concrete mixture instead of granite rocks. Taking the current situation into consideration, technical officers arrived at the school today to inspect the building, despite today being a holiday. Another two-story building which belonged to the school had not been used even after 20 years had lapsed since its construction due to concerns regarding the quality of its construction. Technical officers who had a different view were forced to demolish the building in 2010 following a progress evaluation meeting held in Badulla under the auspices of the President. A building which did not meet the proper standards and was not used for 20 years being torn down, together with the fact that a building which was constructed 13 years ago facing the risk of collapsing could hamper the day-to-day activities of the school in which 1,200 students received their education. The Guruthalava Muslim College was established in a building which was first constructed in 1937 as per the request of Muslim workers in the area by the founders of St. Thomas's College, Guruthalava. Although many years have passed, this building remains stable and without any cracks or fractures. The school, which commenced on the foundation set up by foreigners, was eventually named a national school, and subsequently acts of corruption were carried out through it under the guise of development. When will officials take steps to stop such acts of corruption and provide the necessary infrastructure facilities for the Guruthalava Muslim National School? Secretary to the Ministry of Education, this one is over to you.